Here we are with part 2 of straw bale gardening. And let me just remind you, on April the 10th, I planted this tomato plant, and I planted all these plants in these straw bales. Not these are cucumbers, they're in the ground, but this one and the one behind me. It's now May the 26th, and I think you can see that as far as this plant is concerned, things are looking pretty darn good. Let me give you a shot of the one behind you, which is doing even better. Another tomato plant planted on April the 10th, and this one's really doing well. It took off like crazy, and it's probably much more bushy and much bigger than this one over here. So as far as these plants are concerned, straw bale garden's doing pretty good. If you look down this line, here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straw bales. And as these straw bales, I planted peppers, I planted bell peppers, jalapenos, and some other ones. All of these are doing really well. Okay, this is Jim Luken again. And if you remember correctly, this straw bale garden experiment, I planted tomatoes, peppers in these straw bales on April the 10th. Today it's June the 4th. And we're going to wrap this thing up because today I got to harvest 2 ripe tomatoes off the vine. And here's that teeny little tomato plant you saw me plant earlier. And of course, behind me is this huge tomato plant now that was a teeny plant. And so I think we can call this a success. Maybe. Peppers, nice jalapeno peppers there. There's some more of them right there. Nice green peppers right here. All of these growing out of straw bales. So, success. But of course, we look over here. Really big success with this tomato plant. But I have to admit, there's still some questions about these straw bales. And as I said in the other video, not everything was perfect. For example, there's signs on some of these tomatoes that the plants have got that dreaded southern tomato wilt. And I'm hoping that they'll be able to keep up ahead of that wilt, and I'll get some tomatoes, more tomatoes, before things start to go south. No pun intended. And then, of course, you know, over here I showed you a couple of these bales. For some reason or another, things didn't grow. This plant just grew up, got the wilt, and just sort of died. And so I'm going to have to do some more research about why there's so much variation in these straw bales in terms of their ability to grow plants. I think, as far as the tomatoes are concerned, it has something to do with the fact that I used some compost that had the virus of the tomatoes in there, and that's why I got this problem. So if you use these straw bales, probably prime them with something other than soil that grew tomatoes in the previous year, and you may have better luck than I did. Although I have to admit, I had pretty good luck with these things. So I'm going to declare this straw bale gardening experiment a success. If you like this video, subscribe. This is Jim Luken from Jim Luken Outdoors, signing off. All right, one final point about these straw bales. Without a doubt, if I look at these things and I kick them around a little bit, these things are only going to last one growing season. By the end of this growing season, I suspect these things will be pretty much rotted to the point there's nothing left. So maybe that's just how it is here in South Carolina. I don't know, but here in a very subtropical climate, only expect to get one growing season out of these straw bales, and then you'll have to replace them.